Samosas are one of my favorite snacks to enjoy any time of the day, and they are a perfect party starter. Hey friends, I'm Chef Wainaina, and today I'm sharing with you my recipe on how I make my ground beef and vegetable samosa. The secret to this is in spicing and crispness. So first things first, do all the knife work. So start by peeling 2 onions, one red, one white, and then dicing them. We need about 6 cloves of garlic, just crush. Finely chop this garlic. Set the garlic aside. Get a knob of ginger. Peel about a tablespoon of this. Slice and mince. Stack all this. Mix the ginger with garlic. Chop 2 bunches of scallions. Whites and grains, everything. Next, chop a bunch of cleaned cilantro. I just like to separate the stems from the leaves. 2 jalapenos, just deseed them. I'll leave the seed for half of one of them. Just finely chop this. Mix this with the cilantro stems. Finally, I'll take a small head of cabbage. Just use a half of this. Then using a mandoline set to the lowest setting, I'm just going to slice through this and just get this very finely shredded cabbage. You can use your knife, but this gives you very uniform. You just want to be very careful if you're using this. The knives are very sharp. Use a microplane to get the zest of this lemon and then save it for the juice. All done with our knife work here, time to start cooking. So into this pot goes our ground beef, which is 85% lean. I'm not going to add any oil into this, so I'm going to splash it with about 4 tablespoons of water just to start it. And then we want to break this. Season, salt and pepper. Adding the salt early helps to release the moisture from the ground beef. So once the ground beef starts browning, you want to come here and start breaking it so that it doesn't lump up on you. So our brown beef has been working here and is starting to get color. The browning gives it much more deeper flavors. So far this looks good to me. Introduce some spices here: cumin, coriander, garam masala, chili powder, turmeric. I'm going to leave all the ingredients in the description box. This is getting some beautiful color right now, very fragrant. I'll hit this with a teaspoon of tomato paste, some of our ginger and garlic, about a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, some lemon juice, turn off the heat. So using a slotted spoon, I'm going to take this off. Turn the heat back on, add a tablespoon of vegetable oil, and then add half of the diced onions and caramelize them. Season, salt and pepper. So the onions here have been caramelizing for some time now. I'll go in and add the rest of my ginger and garlic. Just sweat those. They don't need to brown or caramelize. Just notice how the pan seems to be dry. There is no oil, so we are cooking here with very minimal oil because the beef has oil by itself. So we don't want our samosas to be fatty when you squeeze them. So next, I'm going to add the rest of my spices in no particular order. Remember, I will leave the list in the description box. And then the only thing I'm going to add at this point is a half a tablespoon of sugar. The sugar will balance the acidity from the lemon juice, but that definitely is optional. You can skip it. I'll go in with half of my cabbage and just saute it a little bit. Add some curry leaves. You can use fresh bay leaves if you have any. So next, I'll go with the rest of our ingredients, the rest of the cabbage, the onions, green onions. Give everything a stir. All we are trying to do here is just to develop textures now. So we are having onions in two different ways. So you have the caramelized, which will be nice and sweet, and then you're going to have a bite and oniony flavor from the almost raw onion. So we are not trying to cook this, just bring everything together. Season, final elements, jalapeno, and cilantro stems. This is lemon zest. Turn off the heat. Bring back our ground beef and then fold everything together. My cooking is all about finding ways to introduce vegetables to even where it's not traditional. Add the rest of our lemon juice and then fold in the rest of the cilantro, and we are done here. All we need to do is to give this a couple minutes to cool down, and then we start folding the samosas. So when it comes to folding the samosas, I either use the spring roll pastry. I like this brand, the TYJ. I get it from Asian stores, or some supermarkets actually sell. Or I get this lavash bread or wrappers. So what I do with these, I just open them, and just the way they are, just cut them in half. Sometimes, you know, they are not the same size. It's not a big deal. So I just roughly stack them as close as I can. So just roughly cut them in half, and then just stack this all together, and then just cut them into quarters. I can hold these back in this bag so that they don't dry out. And then for our paste, or the glue that holds the samosas together, just all-purpose flour. I'm going to add some water here. For me, it doesn't really matter whether it's hot or cold. All I want to do is just make some sort of a paste here. So you end up like a pancake batter consistency, and this is ready to go. Set up the station, and then all I do is just take this out, and then we need a pastry brush. Take one of these quarters, bring this 1/2 of it. Just use as little paste as you can, and then just stick this together, just like so. And then you make this pocket here, or nice pocket. And then you want to come in here, get our meat, the beef, the cabbage, the onions, fill it in. I'll say just about a teaspoon or a tablespoon. It depends on the size you want for your samosas. And then you just want to tuck that in like so. And then using the brush, just want to come and apply the paste, and then bring this together. Stick it, and you have yourself a beautiful samosa ready to fry. will do one more just to show you. Just fold this, some of this paste, bring the corners together. Go ahead and fill it in. And then, so you have that pocket, so you take this and then tuck it all the way in. So you want to seal, so you want to make sure that the frying oil doesn't get in there. So you want to make a tight seal. So that's one way the oil gets into the samosas if it's not tightly sealed. You have that. Again, another beautiful samosa. So I'll go ahead, do all this, and we'll start the frying. So our last samosa here to fold. So just before I go to fry our samosas, so this is all the mix that we made from the 2 pounds ground beef. So every time you make this kind of a recipe, you want to batch it up because it's good to have it ready when you need it instead of just making a new one. So what I like to do with this, I always have these Ziploc bags. So most important thing, you want to date them. Yeah, put a date on them. And then when you put it in the freezer, you exactly know when you made it. So I'll take this one bag and just fill it. Once the bag is almost filled, so I like to tap it and then just lock it. So I go to one corner and squeeze out all the air. This is where the food saver comes in, or the vacuum sealer. So you just do that and you get most of the air. So there is little oxidation. You put that aside, fill the other one. So there you have it. So this can keep in the fridge for a couple of days, and then this will keep in the freezer for months or until next time you need it. We will temp our frying oil here. So it's approaching 350 and this is the perfect temperature for frying. So we'll drop a couple of these and then just have them fry until they are golden brown on both sides. Once they get your desired color on one side, you want to come in and just turn them. So remember, the filling here is already cooked. All we are trying to do here is just to crisp the wrapper. So if you are ever frying these samosas from the freezer, so you want to make sure that you reheat the stuffing inside or the filling to around 165 just to make sure that it's safe for you. So this color looks good to me. I'll just come in with a spider, pull them out, drain off all the excess oil, nice and crispy. Onto a pan with a paper towel. I'll fry the rest of our samosas the same way. Our last batch all done here. Turn this oil off, strain it once it's cooled, and it's reusable. So there you have it, friends, our crispy and delicious beef samosa, a perfect party starter. Just pile them on a platter, put them on the table, and have your family or friends snack on these. These are never enough. We just break it. Look at this. Very moist. All you want to do, give it a nice bite. So friends, try this recipe and you and your family will definitely enjoy it. I can't wait. Just give it another bite. Just so good. So one step you can take this, make that cilantro and yogurt sauce that I have on my other video. You are hosting a party, put this on the table and you'll never get enough. So thank you so much for watching this one. Just remember to subscribe to my channel as a way of supporting it, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Thank you so much.